5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Oracle.
Dire team pick.
Earth Spirit.
Radiant team pick.
Alchemist.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Lycan.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Radiant team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Disruptor!
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Winter Wyvern.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Storm Spirit!
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Soul Warlord!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Void Incarnate.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. now select your heroes.
Perfect timing. Where did I go?
大哥巨魔
其实有战斗力的只有这个紫毛在前期。What do they need to do? Okay, I'll give you my opinion and you can tell me what you think. I think if more, it's fine. I have an opinion. Yes? Oh, it's starting already. Ooh. Bye. Thank
See you guys later. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, panel. Throwing it over to us. We got this right now.
Of course, yeah.
It's going to be a fun series. I think it's hard to get behind LBZS, right?
It is.
And you were saying
the draft has a chance. So Morph always does pretty well against Alchemist lanes. Lycan is going to struggle a lot, but the Storm can really break this game wide open. Like, if you get the fast Orchid, he can kill the supports very easily. There's a lot of potential for outplaying. It's just, as we said, like LBZS, they're 0-10. IG is currently undefeated still. It's hard to bet against them.
I would say it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to bet against IG. It's hard to, even if this was like Vici LGD, I'd still probably go IG.
30 seconds to battle.
You're probably very right. We might Ollie's here, landing a ward. Gonna get dewarded. No, they saw it. It's gonna get dewarded right away. Earth Spirit using his role, of course. Plant in a deep, fast ward. Unless you get caught out. Yeah, but it should result in a pretty quick deward, which is always very good for your +4, half a level.
Battle begins.
That's the bet.
Yeah, which will be nice to get that D-ward. The question is, do they understand the direction that KU came from, maybe thinking and knowing that he placed that ward deep, right? You saw him come from the top part of the screen, come in that direction. You can assume that maybe the ward, if he had one, was placed there.
Sure, it's possible. It's just always like this mind, because you didn't like see him place it, planted, you know, so there's a chance it's there, but might not be. You don't really want to waste the sentry ward this early into the game.
Yeah, the early ones are always pretty important.
So this lane is pretty easy for Storm Spirit, pretty much all the time. Until level 6, then you dodge his damage, own ball oriented, and until then you just have the range advantage, the damage advantage. It's just overall a pretty strong favorite matchup. Probably 65-35. But of course, once you get to the Aghanim, eventually you can Alchemist. Double silence to work with. It's going to be a tough storm game for that.
Speaking of the offlane Alchemist, KAY/U getting chased a little bit here.
There's no region, let's be careful. More.
Expectations altered.
One more right, 6 plus the Q. Oh no.
Sal getting stopped.
Yep, and now he's back to 100.
Waste the gold right there.
The courier.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Man, Ollie, all right. Stopping his salve, getting a Kurt, doing everything that he needs to be doing as a 5 position in that top lane. Going back to the Alchemist, we've seen a lot of different builds with the regions, a lot of different styles, how they want to play it. Some work, some don't. Do you want to see an Alchemist go for a farming item first and then build the Ags? Because like it seems like if you go naked Ags and you're giving them away, you're never really growing yourself and you become a liability.
No, the thing is, why you pick this is, in this game it's going to be the Void Spirit, where if you give him this Aghanim like minute 12, minute 13, he's just so strong that the enemy team cannot deal with him at all. Like that's the entire idea there. Of course, Alchemist is still up, by doing stun here. The Adam Spray should be first blood.
It should be first blood, and
he's so much damage coming off the Acid Spray now.
He's got Acid Spray and the Unstable Concoction, no Grieval's Greed as an Alchemist.
Alchemist, if you take those 2 spells, he deals a ton of damage as we've just seen.
Yeah.
A lot of people underestimate it because they always just carry Alchemist. Acid Spray, Grieval's Greed max, which of course limits your damage up a lot. Does deal a lot of damage.
And you know he's got a soul ring, so that combo isn't just, you know, few and far between. You can throw it more often and potentially make this Disruptor's lane difficult to maintain in, especially because you've got a Winter Wyvern down there, Arctic Burn, getting the slow. You know, you're slowed in an Acid Spray, getting stunned up in the Acid Spray, right clicks, the minus armor, like, it can be a big problem.
They're already up 1,000 gold in 3 minutes.
And that's without Grieval's Greed. The Thunder Strike, MS trying to get something happening, but he's damage on Zhao Fu. This might result in a trade, but this will be another kill for JT. And it's a trade that I think they're okay in making if you're IJ.
I'm very interested and curious to see what JT is going to go for here. He is usually a pretty damn greedy core player. I don't think we're going to see anything like Battlefield or whatever, you know, but he might just go for a lot of items agony. Usually what we see is just brown boots earn power, but should find a Lycan can't really kill. Ever.
At least not at this moment, right? Level 3, you're not really
You're
doing
gonna
too much.
need a lot of items.
Winter Blast, a little rotation from Kaka. That gives the lane slow to JT. Like you said, he's pretty greedy in his core play. Getting solo experience. Now he's got Grieval's Greed, solo farm. Like, this is fine for me. This would want to have it.
But more as levels go higher, even now already, you can't pressure more without the merge. If you Acid Spray away, Morphine has like 100 damage to deny every creep. There's really not much you can get from the lane.
Yeah. Are you okay with, like, just letting more farm at the moment? Because, like, you yourself, you're getting some CS with the Acids right now, level 2. You're just trying to get some Grieval's Greed going and a little bit of gold going your way.
Morph is a hero that can definitely take over this game.
Yeah.
Just rebound completely. As I said,
Still has to wait for it.
Dire's top tower
I just
is under
really can
attack.
1v2 them, really.
Interesting. Well, use the Acid Spray. That's going to be, at least for now, out of the lane. But they do put it in a spot where they'll be sitting in it. Awful.
Careful here.
Yeah, he might just be dead with the kinetic field. Suckers should make damage coming in from MS, but a quick
ready.
stun from JT. Does have a waveform, may not want to commit going forward.
But yeah, if Morph becomes complete, he gets a fast Mantha. He has some counter tools against that Void Spirit Agonist.
Right.
And you get an even trade. You know, you can blow yours up. You have Storm Spirit that can take off the Origin with the Wyvern for you. As I said, they can definitely win. It's just very tough.
Roll coming through, but it's well short of where Fly was. However, they got the Vortex from X coming in. 2 heroes around. Fly should be an easy kill and will be. Storm rotating level 6, but
It wasn't even rotated.
the haste rune that brought him into this lane pre-6.
It's a rare rotation that we see, but no, you get a rune of haste, makes it very possible. Good rotation there, killing the troll.
Yeah, if you can find him in a spot like that, it almost went wrong with the missed roll. I think the vortex, yeah, once you have the extra bit of lockdown, Foxfire is sitting pretty low forward in lane.
This is in a way like it, you know, not level 6 ganging me. Find also.
Reaper Remnant action, and it should be a quick kill. Emo.
He got blown up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Firefly's gonna have the lane to himself for a little while with these supports going over mid. Things are okay for LBZS at the moment, but this is something we've talked about with this team. Their laning is normally pretty good.
Yeah. Storm, as well as Copper and Cobble network right now, which are the two heroes that will really take over the game eventually.
Right.
Yeah, Lycan is struggling a lot, and we have seen a lot of offlane Lycan liability after the bad lane phase.
Extra step back, just getting blown up, trying to play aggressive. There's the double damage available on Emo. That was his boulder smash, and then Vortex.
Double damage plus double step is incredibly potent. It's like 500 damage right off the bat. It's more damage than a Lion Finger, really. But the DD, of course, every time you step, 50 damage plus the auto attack hit. DD is probably the best when you can find the Void Spirit.
So JT gonna go casual gloves of haste right now. He's got the
I always said he's a greedy player. Be careful.
Natural step on lightning, but here comes Ollie trying to get the save on Emo, which he will with Aether under the tower that got the root on Fortune's end. All lightning, but he's out of mana. So X getting run down, the Arctic Burn, the right clicks from Ollie. That is back-to-back deaths on the Storm, which shut down his game for a little while. Good stacks being built here for JT too. This is very important to help your Alchemist. When these are lacking, you can tell.
Yeah, I mean, Void Spirit had a huge stick, and Storm must have just not checked it, because he committed very deep. He had half health, suddenly no threat anymore at all, and Storm gets blown up again. This game was pretty damn good, but now it's not anymore.
Shut down. Bottom tower is under attack.
Gets those golems, hoping to dig up a bounty rune, but he won't get it. He will get a little Greevil's Greed from that Cobalt though.
Ult and 5.
Dire's courier has been killed.
He's really playing with fire on the edge there.
But I like it, man. We call him super greedy right off the bat, and he just takes all the stacks as an offlaner. I love it. Why not? Just do it.
Well, yeah.
You're an alchemist. Go for it.
But you think about it's not technically
it's not his net
is
worth.
it? It's not his net worth that he's building. He's going to be building his Void Spirit network. So really Emo's farming in 2 spots right now, even though it's JT who's farming these stacks. Now X is dead again.
I did not expect him to die there once more.
Man, Emo is just dominating the matchup, and that's something that you see a lot with LBZS. I've talked about it multiple times. Just the fact that every mid matchup seems very strong in the Chinese region. You're always looking at people who are known as top 10 in the mid lane.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They take a lot of pride in the MMR that Chinese players do, but internationally we can see a lot of them fall short. They're very good individually.
Dire's bottom
but once
tower
you have to
is under attack.
Step onto the big stage, it's a whole different game. Like individual skill alone does not cut it. So that's where experience comes in. No team play, team chemistry, and it's very, very different from MMR, of course.
Yeah. The team play is one of the things that I was expecting to see from IG coming in. I know a lot of people had their doubts with IG considering their recent results before DPC. They had a little bit of a, not roster shuffle, because obviously it's the same team, but they had stand-ins coming for events. They were losing to, teams from Southeast Asia like Execration. Winter's Curse used here bottom, and they might be able to catch MS out. But
Radiant's courier
got that Ghost Scepter. He'll survive and shift into the strength, so A-okay there. But yeah, going back to IG, as a team before before this everything went on break, you had IG who were going to a major, who were dominating the region, looking really good, and they have this chemistry, they have this team play that they've been playing together for a long time. I think a lot of people may have doubted IG's capabilities. I myself didn't see them in first, but I saw them being a contender, and they've certainly proven themselves throughout the season, and you can tell like, the team play is there.
But they really blossomed in the DPC.
Yeah.
Before the DPC, as you said, were very average.
Yeah, inconsistent.
They did not look great at all, but
Dyers are
now
scanning.
they're undefeated and where it really matters.
Radiant's bottom
If they
tower
secure
is
this, I
under attack.
believe they're 6-0, 100%
Radiant
locked in for the
structures
major.
are fortified.
Don't know which position, of course, we'll have for that, but very well for themselves. Alchemist, very close to that Agatha Scepter. That's online. Void Spirit will
Radiant's
also have the Zeal
bottom tower
Scepter.
has fallen.
It's just go time.
Just a massive power spike. All
It's
one
double
time.
power spike you
Yeah.
get there.
You're getting a 30-minute power
middle
spike.
tower is under attack.
Or, not 30, but
That's
like
it.
20-something
yeah.
minute power spike at minute 12. That's stuff. And they
Jules too. I mean, he's already owning. Like, look at his net worth. He's already 1500 ahead of the Storm. Then he gets an infusion of 4.2k. He's gonna be like almost triple his net worth.
Yeah, and the silent MVP for me right now is Kaka. He's made these. He's given the opportunity to bolster this farm, and I think it's been really good for them. Static Storm used bottom. They should be able to catch themselves fly here as he's unable to get that battle trance off, and they've used Static Storm and the Shapeshift come in and get on the troll. Yeah, they're killing the troll, but at some point, I don't think it's the troll they need to worry
Radiant's
about.
middle tower is under
They
attack.
also can't transition it into an
Radiant
objective.
structures
They use a
are
lot of resources
fortified.
for it. Usually, you know, when you play a greedy lineup like this, you show on 3 lanes, you are gonna get punished somewhere. Troll, fight it up.
Yeah.
It's a very natural move. And it didn't cost them too much. Of course, Troll is struggling a little bit,
Radiant are scanning.
but this Void Spirit you can already see.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
it is really just a jump. And then it's funny because then the Alchemist goes to the bottom.
I mean, he's the guy
Radiant's middle
right now
tower
needs to
has
keep our eyes
fallen.
on, because this Void Spirit has to do a lot of work with it. He has given a lot of tools, but now he has to make it work. Every time you die, you get a lot of them.
Yep.
But he also picked up his jewels, sitting at 1700 health because of the stats boost, of course. It's gonna be a nightmare to kill. They have exactly 1 silence and possibly a static storm, but he's very elusive. You get a glimpse back. Static storm is pretty easy. They're smoking towards bottom. They really want to kill this Void Spirit.
If they can kill him off his power spike, it's certainly a big kill for them, slow him down a little bit, even though that he's got
Dyer's
himself
middle
this
tower
axe
is under
Jules
attack.
boost.
And he's not moving away.
Dyer's
They might be able to catch
are
him.
fortified.
They do have static storm.
Roll in, ball lightning, and they're gonna try and go for this. Up in the air, stay alive.
Yes,
Long
Nick.
enough for the static storm, and he pops the stick. He's stunned up. Can he get away? Astro
fighting back.
with the Resident Impulse. He's got the Aether Remedy and the kill onto X. Magnetize is out. Emo may not even Magnetize reapply. This should do it. Emo ends up falling, but cost them the Storm's life. Was it they didn't expect to lose?
I think worth it like this. If he died for free, it would be really bad.
Yeah.
But because he took the storm first, I think it's still well worth it. A lot of resources committed once more. He got a solo kill on another hero. Both the Alchemist and Troll have found it away on the other side. E-Play picked up now though. It's a lot of burst damage potential.
Yeah, the Morphling's actually got a lot of farm, and there's a quick kill on JT. If you can slow down him to delivering Ags, Button, what is he worth? He's just another glorified support.
We spoke about this. This Morphling can snowball really hard. It's actually only 200, 2,000 net worth behind the Warp Spirit. Okay, 3,000 rather. Who's got an axe delivered? Morphling can definitely take matters into his own hand.
Right.
All he needs is hopefully a Manta. I've seen Saint Sasha queued up. I really hope he doesn't go with that. A little suicidal.
Well, he's got net 3, so no boost.
Smoke up. The Swarm's really the one struggling the most here.
Yeah, for sure. He is just ahead of JT. Obviously, his net worth is going to drop when he gives up that Ags, though.
Smoking bottom again.
Nobody's here, though, at the moment.
They need to secure that triangle area, but they just keep running to the bot lane. Like, they're not really... Even though they kill hero, bot heroes, they don't really get objectives now. JT again.
He does get the bounty rune now. They're going to come in on him with the ball and he goes the silence coming through, and a JT back up the place on a 3 of these heroes. Now moving forward. They're getting the kill on a cat here, balling in, but the ball's out, keeping himself alive. Kaka coming over and use the Winter's Curse onto this Lycan. They've surrounded him. Stepping towards an attacking spot. Connect field actually going to silence up 3 of these heroes, and now they get the stun of Holly as well as Wi-Fi, turning this around, looking for JT, charging up a stun on the run, but won't survive. So Emsis with a double kill, 3 heroes down on the side of IG. That's a pretty decent fight for LBZS.
Might lose the stuff on the back end though.
Yeah, Zhao through.
Yeah, I mean, the Void
Probably didn't
Spirit.
need to die there.
Yeah, that was a little bit cocky.
Void Spirit's still 6-1-1.
Yeah, he's not really getting on top of those important heroes with his axe silences. He's not getting on top of the Storm, not getting on top of the Morphling, who really is the biggest damage dealer here right now.
Even the Disruptor, because he was able to drop a Static Storm that caused the fight to turn.
Invisibility.
Even for Vanguard. Void Spirit, interesting. I don't know if I have this.
Sometimes you see, and maybe I'm excusing it or like that, but you see more experimental builds against a team that might think that they're just gonna win by default. Like LBZS is still a team that can take games. I know they haven't performed as well as they would like in the DPC, but sometimes you see weird builds or experimental builds or different, non-standard builds when you go up against teams, right?
Yeah, certainly. Now it's smoking down. Good recognition from the Morph, taking out right away. But yeah, this Vanguard, I mean, it makes you really tanky against the Lycan especially, but yeah, we'll have to see. If he gets a Nether Shawl, tier 2 items, then he's gonna be virtually unkillable.
Right.
With that Vanguard as well. A lot of physical as well as magical reduction. See if Gaben blesses him or not. Oh no, that was from Storm. Okay, I was like, whew, first item. But of course, Storm loves it as well.
Yeah.
25% magic resistance is too strong. And they're throwing into the Roche pit. And they have no idea on the side side. This one's gonna fall real fast.
This could be a big one for them if they're able to swipe this away, and it doesn't look like I didn't have any idea that this is going on.
Looks pretty much on. They're farming on the IG side. Huh. I mean, you never really want to give away Roche for free like that, especially when you have a hero like Void Spirit that can, and Winter Wyvern who really thrive at the Roche pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a free Roche for Radiant. It's going for another Aghanims JT here.
Radiant's bottom
I'm gonna give it to
tower
the Troll.
is
I
under
don't
attack.
think it's great on Troll this game. It doesn't like do super much.
To the Winter.
Radiant are scanning.
Or Oracle. He's definitely gonna give it to the Troll. It's just, I don't see it as that impactful this game. I would have much rather liked it if he built like a Solar Craft for himself first, and then into a Blink Dagger, and then into a next Aghanims. Because the power spike of the Aghanims to the Troll isn't gonna do all that much.
Regeneration.
You still die.
Radiant's bottom tower
The Orchid,
is
you know,
under
you
attack.
can't take that off. The Earth Spirit. But he's also itemizing
Dyer's
into
top
BT.
tower
Like, he does
is
have
under
ways of
attack.
getting rid of the
Radiant's
silence.
bottom tower is
Right.
under attack.
But it's just the overall stats boost makes you carry so happy. It gets 400 health free.
Well, the Winter Wyvern greedy build goes like
Dyer's
Witchblade
top
Orchid
tower
gets an
is
axe
under
delivered
attack.
by JT.
It would have been really nice to see, yeah. Okay, Morph does switch up the build and go Smasher. Happy to see it. Saint Yasha is always a pretty big trap on Morph.
Dyer's
And
top
he built the
tower
Yasha. I got a little
is
nervous because he still had the SNY queued up
Radiant
for a long
structures
time. I was
are
like, man,
fortified.
he might do it. I know you said you didn't like it, and I just was getting nervous.
And it's mostly bad because you have no way of dispelling Vessel as well as Silences. And you don't want to build into a BKB.
Dyer's top tower is under
Like in a lot
attack.
kit. Trying to defend bottom tower?
Yeah, but now Uber comes in, puts some damage on a fly and immediately onto the Disruptor. That's who I said they needed to go after. That's going to get a big thorn in their side.
Curse.
Forward for this. Witcher's Curse comes through onto the Storm. He gets to be taken out by the Curse Spirit as well as the Morphling. They'll go through and kill off Kaka. So they get the stun to the Winter Wyvern. They've got the stun charged up. Thrown over at Irving, who's running over the Shapeshift. Gets stunned. Emo now moving back to his fight. Capu, MS, as well as Jauko. Jauko brought back to get back into this one. They get the turn to JT. And will they go for more? They have found Ali in a bad spot in no man's land, who will use that false promise.
He's done.
But he's still dead afterwards regardless.
Yeah, and another very good fight for LBZS here.
Invisibility.
I'm getting caught out in a pretty rough curse, but other than that, the team fight is all LBZS. And the small thing is starting to really become very, very strong.
Yeah.
He has Manta completed now. It's gonna be a tough game. It's not a free game at all. Or
And Really, IG, they're working with, I would say, 3 glorifieds.
Yeah. As I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the troll agronomist this game. It didn't do anything in the last fight either. Imagine if he had a solar crest and potentially a blink dagger, he would have done so much more on that alchemist.
And that's what he had queued up originally, but now he's going for the shard, so he wants to get the unlock on the Berserk potion.
It's very good because you can dispel silences on your teammates with a Berserk potion, give him extra health speed and attack speed. It's one of the best shards for me, personally at least. It really counters Orchid and the single target nuke heroes. Another smoke by LBZS, Alchemist, potentially trouble.
Ball lightning all the way north, going for this Oracle to start. They've got the silence. That Orchid. Now they find themselves the emo for Winter's Curse. Look at they go to Kagyu, they look over at MS, do a lot of damage. They put themselves the roof. Wi-Fi coming in, focusing his attention onto X, throwing out of mana, and now dead. They got the kill on a 2. LBZS trying to retreat from this one, but the stun hits from JT. On the Zhao fall back in the previous fight, so he's going to be dead for a long time. Gone for 60 seconds. Aether Remnant hits on MS, who morphs into the Void Spirit. We'll use that Resonant Pulse, dissimulates, trying to get some distance between him and the side of IG, but they still catch him. They've got the Yules as well as another Aether Remnant that's stunned from JT. They should have the lockdown. The question is, do they have the damage to finish him off before he's able to walk away? Arctic Burn, Kaka still moving in. They've got the silence from the Ags from Uso with the Resonant Pulse. Another stun coming out from JT, and there's the Adaptive Strike. This is only the Aegis. Irving coming in, but forward from Kagyu, dropping the bag on top of Kaka. They get the kill on the Winter Wyvern. They look over at MS once again, who pops the Manta, tries to roll away, and he will get out with that waveform. They've taken him out once. JT pretty low, the roll in from Kagyu, and now they'll find a kill on the out. They look over at Fly. They want to continue forward. They have the roll. They have the stun. The Fortune's in. Up with the Fall Lightning's in, and now they've got X back in the fight. The silence from the Orchid onto the Oracle, trying to survive. Emo back in, but he doesn't have a lot of mana to play with. They've got the Aether Remnant as well as they simulate the roll in again from Kagyu. The double silence from the Resonant Pulse coming in from the Void Spirit as well as the Void Spirit once again. But there's the E-Blade. Who's the Adaptive Strike? The Waveform for not enough damage to lose Kagyu. Will this fight finally end? It doesn't look like it. They might want to chase for more. Irving and MS staying nearby with Xiaofu by their side if they could potentially get a glimpse. But finally, both teams disengage.
That was like a very long, probably 2-minute fight. Started in the in the Dire jungle, went all the way to the Radiant jungle, and back to the Dire jungle again. Overall, a much better trade, I would say, for IG. They fought for an Aegis, won that fight pretty handily. Of course, respawns coming from LBZS, so they get a lot of return kills, but not on the important heroes.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, and the Storm is just continuing to struggle. He's killing the Oracle a lot, sure. He's not getting a lot of core kills, which is really what you're looking for with this early Orchid.
But is that okay? Like, I know he's struggling, but those kills onto Ollie, keeping the Oracle out of this one, not allowing him to get a false promise out, not allowing a Winter's Curse to get dropped, are those good enough to maybe help Morphling and Wacken? More than Morphlings. We saw Irving use that shapeshift, and it just felt like he had no damage.
I mean, the thing is, he's doing his job on Storm Spirit, but I feel Emo is not doing his job. He's supposed to protect the backline from that Storm because it's a double silence, the Yules, the setup, you know. He's kind of just jumping in by himself and letting his supports die. Right. We'll have to see if he will try to address it a little bit more. Now they smoke up again. Desolator pick up on Void Spirit. There's a lot of physical damage coming out. Yeah. Together with that acid spray as well. See how they make use of this. Cane Rune as well.
And he threw acids in a fight that had 7- armor.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
like
attack.
6, 13. A lot of potential damage here. You get with the troll there as well. Building into a basher. Of course, BKB.
Radiant structures are
They
fortified.
Abyssal to catch Storm as well.
Outgoing Blink, Yules, now no more Ags to distribute.
For now,
Radiant's bottom tower
You know,
is
I
under
want to see
attack.
Winter Wyvern one.
it can work, especially for this Orchid first, you know. Get a lot of right-click damage. Would have been nice to see, but
Putting brakes on JT, who continue to just tank up this
Radiant's
tower.
bottom tower has
We'll get
fallen.
that kill onto the tier 2,
Dire's
opening
top
up
tower
this
is under
outpost.
attack.
Wall still sitting at 0 deaths.
Bounty.
It's just... It feels more and more like he's all by himself. The
Yeah.
Storm
My path.
getting close to BKB, sure. It's just every time he jumps the Oracle with all his mana, he's out of the fight. He can't contribute anymore. And Morph can't just carry a game alone against Alchemist, Troll, Void, with their death. They'll have to make sure that the Storm somehow gets back into this game because he's the lowest net core right now.
I'm wondering what Irving's gonna give to this after he gets the Orchid. Like, it just never feels like he's comfortable in the fights right now, even in that shape shift.
Yeah, it's a tough fighting game. Every time you play against Troll, if you ever come close to his axis, all your stuff just misses.
Yeah.
Like, you're rendered useless from one spell, basically.
So does he go, now that he's finished his Orchid, does he go Ags, you think, and just bite some more point?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best
Radiant's
course of
turret has
action.
been killed.
Oh, his Orchid Courier dies.
That's dead for 250.
Oh. And Fly getting a lucky Courier coming over. He's coming towards top.
That's a rough one, because there was this pretty strong timing, but now it's gone. Roshan will respawn before he even gets his Orchid.
Yeah. And then I guess the question becomes, do IG take it right as it comes up? So, or, you know, LBZS want to go. They snuck one once.
Yeah, but of course this time it's IG in the driver's seat, and they're feeling very comfortable. You know, they have minus 13 armor as well, so Roche will die super fast. I don't think they're gonna give up another free Roche. They shouldn't. They're in no position of having to do so.
Yeah.
Alchemist went Blade, going straight to Hex. I like it quite a bit. Storm as well as
Radiant's
Morph
top
hate
tower
playing
is
against
under
Hex.
attack.
At least Morph is gonna have a Lincoln Sphere to work with. It's BKB now. So sure, again, he will be able to kill the Oracle probably. Maybe the Winter. It's just, what do you do after that?
Yeah.
Like, you're giving your life basically for support.
Maybe you're enabling the Morph coming up, but you gotta feel like you want more, right?
Yeah. It's also not that easy. If Oracle gets silenced, he gets the Berserker potion on top of him. Suddenly, he's not silenced anymore. Can get all his spells out. Can turn the fight around really easily. Void Spirit being top to that shrine.
Ooh, Astral Stat moving forward.
Not dueling anyone.
No.
I thought he had the Spirit there for sure. Playing a
Are
little bit
scanning.
conservatively here, even though he has a BKB. Roshan, spawn, in 5
Radiant
seconds.
are
Yeah,
scanning.
but whatever.
Smoke break. Roll away from Cat U. They want to disengage.
Troll is probably not the one that wants to lead the charge, because he has no way of stopping them. But Roshan is up, and I think IG is probably just gonna look.
Combo there.
IG's a little bit scared, I guess.
The fight's exactly been going perfectly.
This one has been caught out.
They've got the Aether in as well as the Silence, the Astral Step. Shadow surviving a little bit of health. He's able to survive with the BKB pop by Emo. Now the roll away from Cat U. Both these supports survive.
It's a BKB pop.
Winter's curse.
And Earth also uses.
Totally curse, but it's going to lead to a stun coming from James. The ball out of the pipeline. Wheels to lose on the Winter Wyvern. Going away from this one, but they get Jonah Earth and look over for the rest. They got the Jonah out. Geomatic Grip silencing up this Winter Wyvern with Magnified pinned up. That's Cat U dying for that.
Buyback
Now,
go.
Emo moving in with the BKB Popeye X, thinking about maybe moving back into this fight. However, without your light, you can make it stay and leave.
I think you have to buyback on the Earth Spirit. Overall, a pretty sloppy fight for IG there. The Disruptor should have died right away. And the backline again got taken out quite easily by the Storm Spirit. I would love it if they like just act themselves a little bit more in the backline there, you know? They have 2 defensive supports, possibly even 3 if you consider the Alchemist Berserk Potion, but they're not really protecting each other in the backline. Like, one Storm should not be able to kill anyone at this point.
So Roche available. Both these couriers are in there, so they know when somebody's going to be going for it. They might look over to get Fly. The roll in that lands. They've got the kick back. Don't have a way to blow him up. Once they see that
Dire's
the Fate's
bottom
Edict is
tower
placed
is
on a
under
Fly,
attack.
they don't want to make that move because they know they'll get false promise. He's got an Aether Lens. He can do it from a far distance away. There's no need putting everything in on the Fly. That probably won't result in a kill.
Yeah. Another 250 gold, and then Troll will have his Abyssal Blade. Another way to shut down the Storm Spirit. Just gonna get increasingly harder and harder for the Storm Spirit. Storm is really a hero that thrives on high timing, and he's been slowed down immensely.
He had 3 straight deaths in the mid lane. Like, it was just from great to nothing.
From great to rough.
Yeah.
Now he hit it. Fate, but yeah, he made a couple of mistakes. Abyssal Blade picked up, smoke up right away. They just want to get 1 or 2 pickups here. Then just go straight into the Roach Pit. Earth Spirit right now is a super value kill as well. He bought back, he'll be out of the fight for a very long time. Counter smoke. Maybe there's nothing to take the fight here.
IG not committing.
The two supports need to die on the IG side. It's all kill and Winter Wyvern, they do too much if they stay alive. They need to get burst. But the Wyvern, he has a Shadow Blade. There's no dust. Oh, there actually is a dust on Stone. Okay, proactive gameplay there.
Destruction dropped in that camp.
Yeah.
Even more armor reduction.
I don't think IG is aware of how far ahead they are at the moment.
Dire's bottom tower
Glimpse.
is under attack.
Not really leading to anything.
This troll is a tough kill. Pistol, two saving supports in the back line.
Yeah.
Again, Alchemist is also saving hero now.
Dire's
Most people
bottom
forget
tower
about
is
that.
under
The
attack.
Berserk Potion is crazy smart. Quickening Charm. Oh, not the best Quickening Charm game for the Radiant, really.
He Disruptor, Keen Optic. Right now he's trying to build an Axe. That Axe would be...
It would be game changing.
Yeah.
They did not get the Philosopher's Stone, unfortunately. Of course, always something you're looking for.
And he's far away from it, but if they're...
Two more fights?
The problem is they want to fight towards Roach, but they also want to get farming the Disruptor. He can't do both.
Yeah. And of course, once they have a lot of BKB.
The damage over mid.
First,
Might be able to catch
like
Emo. Got the pick, and now they've got the glimpse because they have the vision, but won't get caught as he'll dissimulate.
Lightning got caught on the top lane. A much easier kill, of course. Void Spirit very elusive. There's a BKB as well. They just don't have the luck to kill him. Now, Lightning did 40 seconds. That's a free roll.
Radiant are scanning.
I wonder if they try to go for the falling desperation play.
He has Arcanium still available, so there's a potential, which is very risky.
Got the BKB, but you're going into an Axe. Like it's
Nah,
just
it's gone.
tough.
Gone.
Dire's middle tower is
Tough
under
sell
attack.
on wanting to make that move.
She's Aegis now. Void Spirit. Rising into the Shiva's guard. He's going to be nigh unkillable. Famous control already with a Whistle Blade. So much reduction coming in. Wyvern also sitting at 2k health. Oracle. I mean, they're just so
Dire's
tanky.
bottom
Oracle has an
tower is
Essence
under
Ring.
attack.
This entire lineup is just increasingly stronger. I mean, even Alchemist sitting at over 2,000 health as well, even though he gave away so much of his items. And he will have a Hex very, very shortly after this creep camp, in fact.
Wow. So he's
Radiant's top tower is under
into
attack.
obviously
Radiant's
a
top
little bit
tower
more
is
utility
full.
with the Berserk Potion, having the blink, finding the positioning. With this Hex, like
Regardless, he's still very rich.
he's gonna feel fine. Yeah.
He's still ahead of the Storm Spirit,
Dire's bottom
even though he gave
tower
away
is
2
under
eggs.
attack.
And like it.
Radiant's top
Yeah.
tower
So
is
far.
under
And now
attack.
he's got that. That's a massive item here. TP over bottom. They've got themselves the Winter.
Has fallen.
There's Kurtz on to MS. Charging up the stun. Roll to the back lines. Magnetize. Human get a grip. They've got the silence on a JT with the BKB pops here by Emo. Going in for Cat U. And like you said, he does have that buyback death timer. So now he's gone for 75 seconds.
I mean, they're trying to make a lot of plays happen here on LBZS. It's just at this point, they're almost 20k gold behind. And against such mobile cores, it's just very, very difficult to make anything happen. We saw it there as well.
Where's the
Everyone's
body?
getting saved by the Oracle, saving each other, you know. It's just a very tough Storm game at this point. You really need like 2 more
Dire are
items
scanning.
to be effective. Another smoke up the IG here.
The game is delaying a little bit where you're starting to look at the Disruptor and go, maybe he gets the Ags, but I don't even know how much. Like, I always think of Disruptor's Ags as a big impact.
Radiant's
Just-
middle
it
tower
normally
is
seems
under
that way.
attack.
Lycan.
I'm just not sure if it will be here. Stun onto Irving. Fly moving in. Should be an easy kill. Gets the Berserk Potion, and Control's just able to rip through this like.
Storm middle.
Mid, he's silenced. Pops the
close.
BKB and just able to get out.
Radiant's
One more
middle tower is under
Purifying
attack.
Flames. It was half a second cooldown. He's gone. Void Spirit, almost a Whistle Blade as well. There's so many BKB piercing stuns now. The Storm Spirit is not going to be safe at all.
They go right in on MS.
It didn't work out.
Starts to go on the Hex. They get to go MS, take him out.
Middle
88
tower
seconds
is under attack.
destroy Joust follows, and they've got the Wilson Curse down on a Kagu. Should be the beginning of the end. The false promises used on a Kaka. They could keep the Winter Wyvern alive. Doesn't even look like LBZS are going to go out there and fight. It would be 4v5 that really doesn't favor them at all. And again, they pop the link and they got the stun. The red locking up MS for a long time. Can get a big jump to magnetize down, but he's doing enough to get into the tank. Or on the cop out, then they lose KU and look over at Ollie to lose their support. Happens in the early, keep the switch on to Hex. They'll take up the storm and follow that with an urban kill as MS looking like he's gonna die. He fought back, and it is GG called, and IG will take game 1.
Yeah, a pretty uneventful last fight, unfortunately. There's just too much network on the IG side. Too much tankiness, too many disabled, too much damage really overall.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean it shows why IG is such a stable team, you know. They didn't really make many mistakes. The laning phase was pretty average for them, but played it pretty flawlessly from there on out.
Yeah.
LBZS committing a couple of mistakes, especially the Storm, you know, he felt